He feels like giving up, and it's hard for him to make ends meet in America.
That's right, you all. Now, like we've been saying, and we continue to say, they may feel or they may tell us that inflation is down, the stock market is up, and the economy is doing fine. But we all can see that that means nothing when it comes to our cost of living. It's not going down.
Yeah.
And many in America are barely able to make ends meet.
The truth is, y'all, no one is coming to save us.
No one is coming to save us. And with number 47's plan for tariffs next year, believe me, things are about to get even more expensive because he's explaining the narrative that he's trying to get companies to come back to the United States. But and let's be real, we don't make much in the United States. So those costs are going to be transferred over to us, the everyday American, the consumer that's barely able to make ends meet as it is, right?
Right. So we were watching Hester 17230 video, losing hope for living comfortably.
Yes, and along with other videos here on YouTube, you all, it is getting tough in the United States. And don't get us wrong, because we always want to be transparent. It is getting expensive all over the world, including here in Mexico.
It's true.
But we're able to still live comfortably here. Would you agree?
I agree.
Yeah. So
we wanted just to give you our opinion. So let's jump into it.
yeah, so let's watch his video and then we're going to respond and discuss this.
Coming out here to talk to y'all about some stuff. So, I've been trying my best as an adult at 26, about to be 27, to get my life together. But at this point, I'm feeling like giving up at this point. Like, I don't feel like there's any hope. Like, I know a lot of us are out here trying to work and trying to do stuff, do it the right way. But I feel like the lives that our parents had are out of reach for us. Like, I don't even feel like I can be able to get a home, nothing. And then let alone a good paying job. Like, the other job that I had was a temp job. So I'm trying to find more full-time work that's here. All these jobs want to pay $17, $16, $15, $14 an hour. And that's just not enough for somebody to live.
And we agree, like, how can you live off of $16, $17 an hour, right?
Okay.
And I feel bad. Like, we have two daughters his age, and it's definitely not the same for you all. That's like 20 in your 20s, even 30s, right? But what I suggest, I can say what I suggest for you all that are younger, like in your 20s and 30s, don't go to college and get into debt. Unless you are going to college to be a doctor, to be an engineer, I'd say a doctor, engineer, or an accountant, anything in healthcare, nurse practitioner, don't go to college and get yourself in debt. I suggest going to a vocational school. You can make so much money being a plumber, being an electrician, being in pest control without going into all that debt. And you're going to make just as much, if not more, if you do go the vocational route. Do you agree?
I agree.
Even a barber, right?
Right.
Yeah, even a barber. Like, yeah, I think the competition is a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, especially in the U.S. when it comes to barbershops. Even in here in Mexico, it is. But definitely try to go the vocational route, you all, if you can. We can say, and they are my pride and joy, but we always can say that, yes, we can confidently give this advice, right? Because we have two daughters. One is a biomedical engineer. One is a biomedical engineer, and one is in medicine. She is doing her medical rotations for medicine to be a doctor. So if they weren't going to be like an engineer or going to be a doctor, there's no way that I would be like, oh, okay, just get a regular degree. Do you agree?
I agree. Unfortunately, he's not alone.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
He isn't. He really isn't. So I suggest start doing what's best for you and your family, right?
Definitely. Like even, if it means moving abroad, living abroad, moving abroad, or with family and friends, and you gotta have a team with you.
It's true. The good news is that we have options, you all. It may come to a point where we should go back to our roots of living in multi-generational households. That's how you save so much money. Like everyone wants to live independently. It costs too much money, y'all. Why is it here in Mexico? It's a given. If a man or a woman is not married, they more than likely here in Merida are living with their parents. They should. And that's how I believe that we should all live, like within a community.
Exactly.
Even if you aren't close to your family, because not everyone has supportive family, why can't you live with your friends?
Right.
Why can't you share the bill so that you're actually living, not existing? We're not saying to move abroad, like that's the end all be all,
No.
because it's not for everyone. Because if you don't have something set up for work, finances, if you don't have a job set up, or if you don't have an already established online business set up, don't move here, please, because you're going to be struggling.
Yes.
And I don't care what any of the YouTuber influencers say, that is the honest truth, you all.
We were watching a report on how an entire Pepsi plant shut down without notice in Chicago.
Yeah, Nissan also announced layoffs, and the list goes on, you all. With all these layoffs, no one is safe from potentially losing their jobs. I strongly suggest to drill down your budget, limit your expenses, and get your household in order. Because I believe number 47 in his tariffs
Yep.
and all of these other things that's going on in America, I think that we're in for a real rough time financially.
Definitely.
We really are. And even if we're not, if it doesn't come to pass and this makes you even more financially stronger, that's best, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So the cost of living here in Mexico has definitely increased, but it's nothing like what you guys deal with in the U.S.
It's not, and I always say, go where you are celebrated, not where you're tolerated. But right now, it's all about finances right now. And I would not encourage anyone to plan on moving or living abroad without a financial plan. Do you agree?
Definitely. You gotta have a financial plan intact.
Yeah. So please don't think you're going to come down here and find work here in Mexico or start a business, because it takes a while for a business to become profitable.
Yeah.
So please make sure that you either have a remote job or you already have an established online business before you move to Mexico or anywhere you're deciding to move abroad to, right?
Right. So if you have a financial plan, remote job, or established business, check out our video in the description below.
Yeah. We're gonna have videos in our description below that gives you ideas of what other countries are affordable as well. It's not all about Mexico, you all, even though we love it here.
Yeah.
Right?
It's beautiful.
Because years ago, we had no idea that living abroad was even a possibility for us. And we love it here.
Yeah.
Go
Right.
where you are celebrated, not where you're tolerated.
Right. So no, it's not all about rainbows and paradise, but we found a place that embraces our Blackness, and we don't feel like a target like we did in the U.S.
Yeah, so listen, if you enjoyed this video, watch our other videos in the description box about living abroad and how our life is going here in Mexico. Until the next
Until next
time,
time.
adios, Expat Barber.